What's up, you guys, and welcome back again to my channel. Today, like I promised, we are going to be doing another tree farm. And as you can see, I have this tree farm built right behind me. The one we're working on today is called a jungle tree farm. If you guys want to see this video, please stay tuned. If you like the video, head down to the bottom, click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. Guys, stay tuned after this short intro and we'll get started. See you in a second. All right, and as you can see here right in front of me, this little plant looking thing is what the sapling looks like for my tree farm. Okay, and basically what I've done is I've planted the jungle trees, and you can see they're growing in two different ways, and these are the exact same tree. There is no difference between them other than the different ways that you plant them. And the way you plant them really matters to get the type of jungle tree that you want to grow. Okay? And one of them's a big tree, and one of them's a small tree. This jungle tree is actually the tallest tree in the game. That's the one that spawns the tallest. There is no other trees that will spawn bigger than the jungle tree. Okay? But it also spawns real small. And like I said before, depending on how you plant the little saplings will determine what plants grow. Now, if you want one of the big jungle trees, what you're going to have to do is you're going to need 4 saplings, and you plant them just like we did the dark oak. You have to plant them in a square, just like that, and then you wait for them to grow. If you guys don't want them to take forever, then you need to get a bunch of bone meal and then feed it a bunch of bone meal. And then you also need to make sure that the sky and area above the tree is free and clear so that the tree has room to spawn. Okay. Some things that are cool and some things that are not so cool. Now, these trees, let's talk about the reasons I do like them. Okay. These trees are very nice in the fact that they are one of the probably the top half of easiest to harvest or easiest to mine for the wood. Okay, in the top half of the trees. Now, if we're specifically talking about the smaller ones, they are a little bit easier to harvest. However, you don't get nearly as much wood as you would from a large jungle tree. So each one of them has their perks. This one might actually be a little bit better if you're talking about getting the quantity of wood that you want to get. If you want tons of jungle wood or jungle logs, then the bigger tree is the one that you want to go with. If you just want to have a nice big farm with a whole bunch of trees that are easy to harvest, you don't want to do too much work but harvest it from the ground, then right here is the small one. And to get the small tree, all you have to do is plant a single sapling and it'll grow by itself, just like that. Make it nice and simple. And again, if you want it to grow quicker, you just add bone meal to it and it'll grow nice and fast. Now, most of these trees, the smaller ones, will spawn small enough to where you can harvest it from the ground. But every now and then you'll get one that is just a little bit too tall. I think this one might be. Anyway, you get one that's just a little bit too tall to harvest from the ground, and then you got to climb up 1 or 2 blocks to harvest it. Now, if you do get one that's too tall, sometimes they'll grow vines, just like this one, and then you can go to the top, harvest it from the top, and then work your way down. Now, the same is true for these big, tall ones. Now, you most definitely cannot harvest this from the ground, so this is going to take a little bit. Okay, so I would definitely recommend getting yourself a nice efficient axe and then chopping these down quickly. But you do not have to start from the bottom. Okay, starting from the bottom and then building your way up, that's the wrong way to do it. So what you do is you climb to the top, All right. You stop there, and then you harvest it while you're sitting here. And then you chop it down, make yourself a little spot to stand on, and then cut the wood out from underneath your feet. Okay? And then basically that's the way you harvest these trees. Now, that's the reason I would harvest this tree over that one. That is also the reason I don't like these trees, because it is a little bit of extra work rather than just going through quickly harvesting the trees you need, when I could just have a big tree farm over there and go up to my trees and quickly gather all the wood that I need, and by just having a bigger farm. However, if I just have a few saplings and I need a lot of wood, the jungle tree would be the way to go. Let's talk about spacing. The smaller ones, the spacing on these should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks in between. And if I show you, there's a gap in between every one of them. So if you plant these at about 5 apart, you're going to be assuring yourself that the leaves are going to despawn once you cut all the wood. If you plant the trees too close, like I did the bigger ones, then once I go to chop these down, if I don't chop all the wood from all the trees, some of these leaves are not going to despawn. Okay, and they will just stay up there. And so what you got to do is you got to make them a little bit farther. I would go probably at least 2 to 3 blocks farther than what I've already done here. And I believe it's 7, but let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I put them 7, not thinking, but I should have went to 9 or 10 blocks apart from each other. And that would have made it a lot better for them to be spaced correctly, so where if I want to chop down one tree, then all the leaves from that one tree will despawn. So make sure you're thinking about that when you're making a tree farm. Think about spacing, look up, make sure that there's space in between all the trees. When you're harvesting a tree, make sure you get every single piece of wood, even from the branches, not just the trunk. You have to get the branches as well, because if you leave one block of wood up there, then the leaves, they will just be hovering up there in the sky. And then when you go to plant another one, it'll never grow because the leaves are stuck up in the sky. Now sometimes they will spawn right through the leaves that are up there and add them too. But more times than not, I found that the leaves that don't despawn are just in the way for future trees. Okay, that's what happens. Anyway, I don't think I've said this before in the past. Every time I make a tree farm, rather than taking all the harvest and going straight back to my base, I like to put the chest right near the farm so that when I'm done harvesting, I can run over to the chest, throw the stuff in really quickly, and then on my chest, you see I like to do this. It makes it real simple. I like to put picture frames on the chest and then put the item that I have in the chest right in that picture frame so that I don't have to guess which one is which. I can just go right up to it. Okay, this one has picture frames, 27 of them. And then I know right where all my inventory is at based off of the pictures that are placed on each one of the chests. It makes it really easy to determine which ones are which. And guys, having that access that is really close to your farm is clutch, because you don't know how many times I would go back and forth before I finally said, my chests don't need to be organized like this. They can be just in easy access of my farm, because every time I got to come back for wood anyway, I come back to this farm, so I might as well have the trees and all the wood and all the every saplings right there and ready to go. Right? Makes it easy. Anyway, you guys, that's my jungle tree farm. That's the reasons I like them. That's the reasons I don't like them. All in all, it's a really good tree to farm. And you're going to get tons of wood either way, if you do the small one or if you do the really extra large jungle trees. I forgot to mention this. It's not really, it's personal preference, but I don't much like the color of the jungle wood as well. I think it's just, it doesn't go with much. It has a strange bark to it as well. And so that's another reason that I don't harvest there, don't farm it too much. But I do like to have it on hand just in case I need it for something. Anyway, if you like the video, head down to the bottom, click that like button. Guys, don't forget, let me know how I did in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can see what else I post on here. Okay, I mostly do farming videos, but I also play live. All right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, roughly around 10:30 sometime. Usually in the evenings, that's when I go on live. Weekends I don't post. I don't do lives. I don't post. I just spend my weekends. If I have free time, I set up my videos in the farms and play, and that way my videos are ready to go for the week. For now, though, um, don't forget to click that notification button also so that you get notified when I post something. If you know anybody else who likes this kind of video, please share the channel with them. It really helps my channel grow. I believe we just got over 1,700 subscribers. Guys, that's exciting. I can't believe that. 1,700, 1,700. Let's keep going. Before you know it, I'm going to be at 2,000 and then maybe 2,500 and then 3,000 and so on and so forth. Let's keep making it grow. Let's get more and more people following. Okay? Anyway, guys, we'll see you next time. I'm not going to do a live tonight. It's actually too late. I barely had enough time to get this video out before the day was over. Um, but I will hop on tomorrow night and we'll probably do a little bit of an extra long live. So stay tuned. Tomorrow another farming video, probably in the morning, and then we'll do an extra long live. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Later.